I could also like edit shit out.
Right.
What more do you like? It's been a long time coming. Been wanting to make some content for a while. Years actually. Over here, finally get it going. We're doing arms today, so kind of bully grill. I've been training arms like heavy twice a week, trying to promote for the past year, and show you what we get after. Usually we start with dumbbell skull crushers, like really heavy compound movement, more high rep stuff. But yeah, let's get it going. That was like to feel the game when they all close to the public. So the word was not even that close to the try to match reps in each stage. Yeah. So I look on the goals, like in the ways. One they have really kind of two, you see like a heavy drinking, you see like young people, you see like it's kind of dope to see like someone who's like one of their like slim numbers like clearly like has been training like getting after that. Like, it's just cool. Yeah, to the workout. It's like the food. It's like some food forward. I got hands, so I got it broken down like for the past like, how to say it. So I'm walking out through the house. That's really what.
You can't kill my confidence, you think I give a fuck, that's what they do. You can't kill my confidence, you think I give a fuck, that's what they do. You can't kill my confidence, you think I give a fuck, that's what they tell me. All the fucks I ever gave on,
Training, maybe like it's like warning, like it's my first time doing this, like filming is all I really care about, and like that was gym, and like I'm like more great straight about it, like it's about only 40% positive there, and like that's what I'd say, that's what I'd say with this. It's so conscious. One, all of us, regardless of what they looks like, like blah blah blah, it's like inner voices, like they're trying to tear you down. Then you just like read policy, like last section kind of like reinforce time do it. Just that positive narrative becomes the subconscious thing. That subconscious hormones definitely
I go back to
rest. That will do back off. So like later we would like to starting with 3 cuts, just do 12. So the main force like lifting biomechanics is how your body executes the movement and the range of motion. So each of your body is firing biomechanically oscillating with these movements. Ideally, your voice can back offs the way you can handle or you can execute biomechanical movement properly. This one's going to be forced. And switch to let's see how they do would say, we obviously have seen ones like that's in size, like this thing can be like have accolades. There's some level. But like a lot of the guys do this, like I think they blow out their guts. Wait, what? No, no, but like your GI tract distends, the more your IGF-1 increases, the more you're expanding your internal organs. And so like, I feel like back in the day, I used to say they would train for like hours and hours. The motherfucker, if I do fasting, the motherfucker was not eating like every 2 hours. Like they weren't. So I like to like go off what they say a lot, just because like what they accomplished with their bodies, it's like a lack of science, like quote science, but literally like the science, like power of the mind, power of belief, power of growth. Like saying I came up with a few years ago, it's like will you find your will? Will takes mind, body, and soul and going to Christ. And like will to like do something and to manifest it. What the fuck am I saying? So we're gonna instead confuse the muscles instead of going fucking lightweight numbers. Sweet. Resting because I talk. I hate the word fucking talking. It's really nauseous. Like women can gap, and that's like cool. Like men, there's no such thing as yapping. You're just chatting. It's really last time my breath could be proactive. We'll keep intensity up a little bit so we're close. Chat shit. Do 45, I guess. Everybody I see, no one's fucking sweating. Everybody else, no one's like, no one's going. I feel like it's going to show if you're better. So, I mean, I'm not genetically active. I believe I have to go above and beyond to like get big gains. I think A lot of people probably say like, dude, you're doing way too much volume. Like, there's like the whole belief that like the only way to make like gains is like hypertrophy. And in hypertrophy, there's it's like mechanical tension, which is like loading up the movement, weight, and force. And, you know, metabolic stress is going like your conditioning, and, like oxygen, blood flow, and lactic acid, whatever the fuck. Sure, like that's one other thing. But like in the field, there's hypertrophy, hypertrophy, and then there's hyperplasia. And hyperplasia is kind of like the metabolic stress part of like hypertrophy. Hyperplasia is just like when you get as much nutrients in blood and muscle as possible, and the narrowings, new cells can develop because there's such frequency of nutrition and nutrients in the blood. So I like to go on that side for arms because that's what's been for me. I didn't get anywhere like with just like heavy curls and heavy like fucking, like I don't do any chest, especially the dumbbell military. Like heavy dips or anything like that. It didn't really grow my triceps. I didn't start growing until I started focusing on like blood flow and frequency. There we go. Shiny shit. You're ready to be. So we stopped seeing that. It was 30. So we go. Alright. I'm gonna start writing them back. So we'll do it. And then we'll run the rep. And that's an extra. That's what I need to do. Yeah. That's a longer than kind of, and like I don't want to talk about really close. That's and pushing exactly this concepts will be done. And concepts of this around starting at 35, you go down from there. Yeah,